All right, Doom Vivamus Vivamus Epicureans. This is the Marvel Epic Collection Podcast One Shot Edition. I'm your host, Nick Smith, and I'm joined by.
Stojr from Stojr Shelf. How's it going, Nick?
I feel like that's a loaded question tonight. we're coming with today's episode a little late, and I have had house problems, which has not helped things. So I'm a little out of sorts for this recording, and probably for the remaining recordings for this volume. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, aside from that, X-Men wise, doing great. We are participating in Kurtis Findlay's Epic Marvel Podcast Reading Club. This one shot is going to be our brief thoughts on today's issue, which is Uncanny X Men number 122. I did not write down the title in my notes. Cry for the Children. Okay, so let's see. The X-Men finally return home, and we get a series of little vignettes into their private lives. Colossus is dealing with his recent feelings of inadequacy. Wolverine happens to bump into Mariko in New York after meeting her in Japan. Scott and Colleen Wing seem to be becoming a romantic item, and Storm visits her childhood home to find it's become a hideout for junkies. And of course, we get the obligatory appearance by Luke Cage because, well, Claremont is just bringing all of his toys in on this one. We end with what is labeled as the prologue, with Black Tom Cassidy and Juggernaut hiring the assassin called Arcade. All right, Stoger, what are your thoughts?
I really enjoyed all of the little character development moments that happen throughout this book. I think Claremont does a good job of balancing out the time that each of the individuals are here. I like how, Wolverine does some work to boost Colossus's self-esteem. At his potentially own peril. I still think the Colleen Wing and Cyclops stuff is a little odd, although it makes me wonder if Cyclops is guest starring in, the Luke Cage and Iron Fist series, and I'm just not seeing some other half of these issues or something like that. So it does make me want to pick up those Epic collections, as you stated, because they're kind of cross-pollinating those toys. We get a little hints of some things with this Jason Wingard, and obviously they're not going to introduce some smoking character with a silhouette that's not evil there. So that's all good. And I thought that while the childhood home thing feels a little weird because like I kind of didn't know that she was ever in New York. I just always think of her in Africa and things like that. The Luke Cage showing up there and the way that this all went down felt, very normal for, a book in the, what is this, late 70s,
Yeah,
late
late
70s.
70s.
So all of this felt really natural. I mean, Colleen's kind of throwing herself at Scott. She's giving a key to his apartment, so things are progressing there. And you get the that last page reveal of Arcade, and who's already got little cards made up for all of the X-Men that he's gonna take out. What did you think?
Yeah, I'll admit I did not remember all the Colleen Wing Scott Summers romance thing happening, and the Power Man and Iron Fist stuff. It's been 15 years since I read those. I read those about the same time I was reading through these for the first time. So there might be something there, but I just don't remember it. But I do remember enjoying all the Luke Cage, Iron Fist stuff. It's good stuff, and if we can convince you to pick those epics up, maybe someday we can get to them here. Anyway, for my thoughts on this issue, I didn't think there was much that happened in here beyond giving us insights into the X-Men's personal lives, which actually I enjoyed because we needed a little break from all the globe-hopping stories that we've been going on. I also like the little hint dropping that happens in the art that Byrne gives us regarding Jason Wingard and Scotland. Let me see if I can actually... Yeah, here we go. I'll put it on the... I won't comment beyond just showing the picture of Jason Wingard there in the third panel there. But yeah, there's something going on with that silhouette, and if you've been reading X-Men long enough, you know what that is. And anyone listening to the audio, well, read the book. All right. Any final thoughts, Stoger?
No, I'm looking forward to the next issue. I mean, it's really set up some things well. I like the balancing of action and these sort of calm down character moments. So from a pacing perspective of the run of this book, I think Claremont's doing a good job of, not just kind of going from action to action and action and losing sight of, the sort of soap opera elements that really make X-Men what it is, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. But he's balancing those two things out at the same time. So I'm appreciating that and looking forward to seeing the craziness of Arcade in the next issue.
Oh yeah, it's kind of stupid as Arcade is because it's just so impractical. I love it. It's silly. It's fun. But we'll talk about Arcade next, I guess. All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed our thoughts, follow us on YouTube, follow us on all the socials. We've got our link trees in the description of this episode, and we will be back tomorrow with another one shot.